Hello, here are 10 awesome mods for Vintage Story. Our first mod needs no introduction, Primitive Survival. This one is constantly on the top of the trending charts and for good reason. Primitive Survival introduces a host of new gameplay mechanics such as fishing, trapping, and irrigation. There are several new methods of catching fish, such as fish baskets, wear traps, and trot lines to name a few. There are also several new species of fish you can catch like catfish, trout, and salmon. These newfound fish can be smoked in the all-new smoker. Smoking meat will make it less filling, but will significantly extend its shelf life, useful for long winters. Trapping is now a full-fledged mechanic with several new ways of trapping prey with the addition of snares and spikes, making hunting and gathering food more immersive. In this mod, you'll discover some cool new ways to explore the world. There's the raft, which is super useful for getting around large bodies of water, and the monkey bridge, which is great for crossing big gaps like ravines or rivers with ease. Primitive Survival's main goal is to make the gameplay of Vintage Story more immersive with a focus on the wilderness survival game mode. Next up is the MoreClasses mod, which adds 4 new classes and tweaks the existing classes to make each of them more unique. The new classes include the Vanguard, which specializes in melee combat and crafting the newly added Forlorn Hope armor similar to the Blackguard. The Miner, which, of course, specializes in mining. They have higher chances of dropping double loot as well as a faster mining speed. Miners are also able to craft pans, cheaper ore bombs, and waterproof lanterns with their thrifty trait. Farmers harvest more crops and animal loot and have the ability to craft Terra Petra. Pretty cool. They can also extract seeds from crops, making searching for a specific seed easier. The Lumberjack, who comes with a small chance to drop an extra log, double tree seed drops, and a 50-50 chance to drop double the sticks from branchy leaves. Lumberjacks are also able to craft cheaper firewood, boards, and can craft sticks from firewood with their carpenter trait. Lastly, the Blacksmith. They have a 35% chance to drop double charcoal and a 22.5% chance to drop double ore, as well as a faster mining speed. They also have access to use toolkits to repair armor and shields. The Blacksmith mainly focuses on making bricks, mortar, and other stone items at cheaper costs, useful for builders that like stone. With these new classes, the pre-existing ones are given a few changes as well to help isolate each class into its own specific and unique playstyle. This mod is fantastic to play with friends as you can divvy up chores to each player and they can fill a specific role for the server. Definitely worth checking out if you're tired of Vintage Story's vanilla classes. Also worth mentioning that the Tailor class just does not exist in this mod, but there is a revised version of this mod made by Tisk that also includes a few more classes and tweaks. The next mod on the list is BetterRuins. This mod completely reworks every ruin into a new, big, and beautiful one. These revamped ruins come with more loot and lore to discover, making exploring the world more rewarding. These structures can range anywhere from small towers to a massive castle in the tundra. For those who feel the vanilla ruins of VS leave a lot to be desired, this is the mod for you. The creator also has 2 mod add-ons that can reduce the ruin spawn chance as well as loot chance if you find either of those to be too immersion breaking.
All of a sudden, I hear this agitating, grating.
This mod, in my opinion, is essential. I can't imagine ever going back. Another mod by NiclAss, BetterTraders. This mod adds 30 new variations to the Trader Outpost. These new outposts add a lot of variety to exploration, especially if used with the BetterRuins mod. And, like BetterRuins, BetterTraders is a mod that I absolutely can't do without in any of my playthroughs. Feverstone Wilds by Verlia. Feverstone Wilds adds several new mobs you can discover. Although still a work in progress, the mod is very impressive with lots of detailed models and a strong roster of new creatures to find and interact with, like sharks and stingrays, giraffes and scorpions. You can also tame and ride horses, bison, and even dire wolves. I don't want to spoil too much. You should check it out for yourself, especially if you're tired of seeing the same 6 mobs exploring. If you're looking for a challenge, the Fantasy Creatures mod adds several new enemies to the game. These new mobs can range from huge trents to small slimes. The most common enemy, goblins, are reminiscent of the bokoblins from Breath of the Wild, and they come in many forms. They can spawn in packs similar to drifters, adding a whole new layer to exploration. This mod also introduces a dragon you can fight as a mini-boss similar to Minecraft's Ender Dragon.
They're the same picture.
Some other creatures this mod includes are skeletons, ent shepherds, and orcs. Good luck hunting! Wildcraft trees adds a ton of new trees and fruits. The trees in this mod are beautiful and add a little more life into the various biomes of the game with its sheer variety. Some of these trees include Douglas firs, willows, coconut palms. You can use the newly added fruits as ingredients in pies or juice to make alcohol if you feel so inclined. With Wildcraft trees, your vintage story experience becomes not just immersive, but also a visual masterpiece. XSkills is a fun mod that brings some RPG elements into the game with an array of level up skills. In a manner reminiscent of games like RuneScape, you'll earn experience in specific skills by actively practicing them. For example, chopping trees will raise your forestry skill, cooking will raise your cooking skill, and so on. The in-game menu makes it easy to unlearn skills if you change your mind on a certain thing. Here, you'll also track your progress and gauge how close you are to leveling up. What sets XSkills apart is its unique approach to rewarding your everyday activities. As you do chores and tasks, this mod grants you tangible benefits in the form of enhanced stats and passive abilities. Definitely worth a try if you're into games like RuneScape or Fallout. WeaponPack Alpha is a pretty self-explanatory mod. It adds several new melee weapons for your inner blackguard. There are 24 new types of weapons you can make, including clubs, tachis, and chakris. This mod aims to create a better combat experience and streamline progression through the ages. The sheer amount of new weapons make for a pretty exciting experience, especially when fighting multiple enemies. Saving the best for last, the Conquest Nature Pack is a world generation mod that introduces new landforms and modifiers to your world's rock strata, whatever that means. This aids in above and below ground exploration with more interesting generation. Describing this mod truly does not do it justice. It's a breathtaking mod that you have to witness for yourself. It is basically the only world generation mod you can find right now on the mod page. Do yourself a favor and try it out. That's all for today, but I encourage you to show your support for these exceptionally talented developers. Their relentless efforts are what continue to elevate Vintage Story into an even better game and community. Whether it's offering feedback, reporting bugs, or making donations, every bit of support goes a long way. All these mods will be linked in the description, and thanks for watching.